guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk to you about E3 2018 and my predictions. So let's get to it. Okay, the first thing I want to address is that I'm going to be talking about The Last of Us Part 2, but I'm saving that for the end because it's going to need its own moment. So we're going to put a pin in that and come right back to it at the very end, because there's a lot to talk about. I have a lot of thoughts. So the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is Sucker Punch, Ghost of Tsushima. What the hell has been going on with this game? They have been quiet since they first announced it at Paris Games Week. Then they had a panel at PSX and they gave us some information about how much work they've been putting into it. But I have not forgotten about this game and my hype is out of control. So they gave us that gorgeous trailer at Paris Games Week and I have been obsessed ever since. Now we knew that Sucker Punch was working on something big for a long ass time and it was going to be open world. It was going to be a big dramatic game. Shuhei had spoken about it. He had given us a little hint about the scope of it, but they have been awfully quiet. So I am so confident that they are going to show at E3. They're going to give us maybe another trailer, maybe a little gameplay. Since we had that gorgeous trailer, maybe a release date window, I'm hoping so much to see something. I mean, they mocapped friggin' horses for this game. 4 horses were used. They put a mocap suit on a horse. For that alone, we need to check this game out. I could not be more hyped. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Are you hyped for this? Do you think we'll see it at E3? Are they going to keep quiet till maybe next year or the end of the year at Paris Games Week or PSX? I think we're going to see something. Now, next on my list, like if it wasn't for Ghost of Tsushima, you know we'd be talking about Days Gone first. So let's talk about Days Gone. I believe that Ben Studios will show up for E3 like they have the past 2 years. I have been following this game and following the story since they broke the news. Since they dropped that first trailer, I have been in 110%. I could not be more hyped for that game. It's my most anticipated game next to The Last of Us Part 2 because that's just my favorite game of all time. So not only do I think we're going to see some gameplay from Ben Studios, I think we're going to see an extended game trailer and, dare I say, a release date. Now, I don't think they were far from finishing this game at all. I think that the game became so expansive and so nuanced that they wanted to really put their polish on it. They really wanted to polish this game and make sure it was gorgeous, perfect before releasing it. And I think they're very close to putting the final touches on it and polishing this game to perfection. This is why they decided to push it back to 2019. And I think they're going to push it back to very early 2019 at that. I think we're going to get a beautiful, extremely polished game with smooth mechanics, and it's going to be everything. So since they announced the delay of the game, they've been quiet, but I have no doubt that they will be at E3 and they are going to give us a release date, and I think it will be out way before spring 2019. So I think it's going to be within the first quarter of the year. I would say end of January, early February. I think they're very close to finishing this game. And to be honest, at first, you know, I was shook and so sad that they were going to have to delay this game. But I'm almost happy now that they're delaying the game to 2019 because I'm going to need Ben Studios and Deacon St. John to have their own moment. I can't wait to play it. Just remember, y'all, a bad game is forever. So take your time, Ben Studio. Next, for E3 predictions for Death Stranding. I think we're going to definitely see something from Death Stranding. And I think it's going to be huge. For months, Kojima has been collaborating with Jeff Keighley and Jordan Vogt Roberts. They have been working together on something sneaky. You know, I follow them all on Twitter and I am on it. I am like screenshotting every interaction between them. If you watch my OCD gaming news every month, you know I give you all the tea. I spill all the tea on these developers and what they've been doing personally, not just online on what they're putting out. I am following it. I am on it. So they have been getting together, collaborating. They have been Skyping together, dining together, filming together, general broing it up with each other for some time now. I think they're going to drop something big and y'all, we not ready. Now, Dreams has been very quiet over the past 5 years, giving us little bits of information here and there. And they had a beautiful showing at PSX. They were there. They had demos, people playing the game. If you ever had dreams of becoming a game designer, you know, creating your own game, this game is going to be for you. It looks so gorgeous, and I'm so excited that it's coming out in 2018. So far, that is the last we heard. In December at PSX, they had said that it's 2018, it's coming out, before the end of the year. So I think we're going to see an actual release date, since by the time E3 rolls around, it's going to be June. It's going to only have 6 more months left. I think that is a pretty good window for them to drop when it's going to be out. So I'm so excited because it just looks like something we've never seen. So I'm so excited. I can't wait to see more from this magical game, and I will be playing this. Let me know in the comments. Are you guys interested in this, or do you think the hype, it just took too long, or whatever it is? Let me know in the comments. Now, you know I am a fan of Double Fine, so you know that I am on board with, I am a very small backer. I am a backer for Psychonauts 2. And they just released another update yesterday, on Thursday, the 19th. They showed us how the game is coming along. They announced last month or a month and a half ago that, very quietly, as a matter of fact, that the game will not be out in 2018, but 2019, which I kind of figured. That would be, I think, about 3 years since they announced it. So that seems to fit in within the dev cycle. So no problem with that. I'm so excited to see Psychonauts 2. But there has been a super secret project going on at Double Fine. Lee Petty is in charge of it. Months ago, he started tweeting about, come join us for a super secret project here at Double Fine, a new game that they're working on. And let me tell you something. The last time that man headed up a game was Headlander, and that is one of my all-time favorite games. I play that in my downtime just for shits and giggles when I'm not playing anything else, because I love it. I love that game. I love the style of it. Obsessed. So I want to know what the hell they are working on besides Psychonauts 2, because I'm all in. And I'm hoping that at E3, since this has been going on for like 6 months, maybe we'll hear a little something about it. I'm hoping, because I'm in. So whatever they are laying down, I am picking up. Double Fine, I'm looking at you. What you got? So Double Fine, where you at? You better come to E3, and you better come correct. You better spill all the tea at E3. Now, another game that was announced at PSX that kind of flew under the radar, but I am so excited about, is World War Z. It teased at PSX that it would be coming soon, but we haven't seen nor heard a thing about it since then. So it said it was coming soon in 2018. I don't know where it's at, but I want to play it. So I'm hoping that by the time E3 rolls around, we will have a release date for it. And I know it's crazy that we should want more games in 2018 when we have this abundance of incredible games to play. But you know what? I am being greedy, because I'm going to take all the good games they want to throw our way, because I'm a big fan of the movie, and I cannot wait to see what they're going to do with this game and the mechanics of all the zombies in the game. So let me know in the comments. Do you even remember this game being announced at PSX? I do. Let me know in the comments what you think. Red Dead Redemption 2. Rockstar Games, I can tell you right now, are not going to be at E3. They don't need to show up at E3. They don't need to do a damn thing. They just need to drop a trailer, a picture, a screenshot. They don't have to do much to get the hype up even higher for Red Dead Redemption 2, which is coming in October. And I'm so excited to play it. That is another game that I have been waiting for since the day they announced it. I'm so excited. I can't wait to play it. So let me know in the comments. What do you think? They think they're going to show? I don't think so. Since now we know the release date, I don't even want to see anymore. So I think they're going to keep it under wraps until maybe like a few weeks before, maybe drop a commercial trailer, and then silence until the release date. They don't have to do any promotion. They really do not. So I don't expect them to be at E3. But it would be nice if they were. The very last topic I want to talk about, is save the best for last, is The Last of Us Part 2. So I'm sure you have heard all the rumors going around that The Last of Us Part 2 is finished. The Last of Us 2 Part 2 is going to be released in 2018. I don't believe that for a second, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay, now we're going to take a trip. I'm going to break it down DEidre detective style, okay? I am going to go over every piece of information we have, so hold on to your hats, because I'm gonna break it down. All right, so let's look at the timeline. At PSX in 2016, Naughty Dog dropped the reveal for The Last of Us Part 2. This was a surprise reveal. I mean, we all had a feeling it was coming, but Naughty Dog had denied it for years that they were working on it. Sean Layden came out at PSX 2016 and said, hey, here is a new game from a big studio. It's very early in the process. They just started working on it. Don't expect this game to be coming out anytime soon. That this game was very early in development. Don't forget, at this time, they were also working on Uncharted 4 and Uncharted The Lost Legacy, which they also surprise reveal announced at PSX 2016. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of balls in the air at the same time. So I believe that this game just started production maybe 6 to 8 months before. They definitely had not ramped up to full production yet. Let's fast forward to Paris Games Week, October 30th, 2017. So at Paris Games Week, in a surprise, shocking reveal, they revealed to us the trailer for The Last of Us Part 2 with 4 new characters, no Joel, no Ellie. We weren't even sure it was The Last of Us 100% because they didn't announce what it was. It was just a surprise reveal. You should watch my surprise reveal reaction to that because I literally lost my mind. But we saw stunning graphics. That whole trailer, now as I'm recording this, I'm playing through God of War right now, and that game was shot completely one shot. That means that they didn't cut to a different camera unless you die in the scene. Everything you see from start to finish is one shot, which is incredibly difficult to do. It looks insanely beautiful. Now, this trailer from Paris Games Week, Naughty Dog did the same thing. That whole trailer is one shot. Now, I'm thinking, are they going to do the same thing for The Last of Us Part 2 in the entire game, or was it just for this trailer? So that is another thing. So that could actually, if they're doing it that way, it could add more time to the production if they're doing it that way. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, if you're following my OCD gaming news, I report almost every month there are people leaving the dog pound. It is the dog apocalypse. There is an exodus going on. People from Naughty Dog are leaving left and right. That must put their production back a little bit as well. Even though they always have job listings on their websites, they're always posting them, they're always tweeting them. When you have to bring in new people to work on something, you have to get them up to speed and you have to let them know the process. So that is, that runtime for people to learn and get moving and motivated to take on the responsibilities of what they have to do is going to take a little longer as well. But there are also promotions going on. Kurt Margiano, Anthony Newman, and most importantly, Neil Druckmann all got promotions. So all is well with the main characters of the Dog Pound. Okay, so now let's move down to the timeline for December 2017 at PSX. At the panel, which I was at because I'm obsessed with PSX, it's the only conference I ever go to for the last 3 years. And I sat in on this panel again this year for Naughty Dog and for The Last of Us Part 2. And Neil Druckmann said he was actually really honest with, well, I don't know if he's honest, but he actually came out and told us that the game is about 50 to 60% done. So from the time we first saw the first trailer, it's a year later, it's 50 to 60% done. So 1 year plus the 6 months they were working on it before they announced it at PSX 2016, we're up to a year and a half right now that they're working on this game. Now, a normal game dev cycle takes about 3.5 to 4 years to make a game. So if we're already 1.5 years in the can here for production and what they started working on, we still have at least a year and a half to go. But at E3, now it's almost 6 months since PSX. So from the timeline in December to when E3 is going to take place, another 6 months have passed. So that'll be 2 years we have clocked on The Last of Us. So with 2 years under our belt by E3 this year, I do believe they're going to show us gameplay. No way are we going to see a release date. I don't for 1 second think that they're going to pin themselves down and give us even a release window. It's not happening. They have learned their lesson between The Last of Us. The first time they announced it and delayed it twice. When they did it again with Uncharted, they delayed it 3 times. So they are being quiet. They are not going to say it till maybe 6 months before it's ready. So I do not doubt that it's going to be out in 2019. I think it's going to be out by the end of the summer of 2019. I hope it's earlier than that. Don't get me wrong. A year from the 2-year dev cycle so far would leave us to 3 years if we're talking about the E3 timeline. And I think we're going to get an announcement at maybe February, March of 2019 when it's coming out. And I don't think they're going to give us more than 2 months notice. I think it's just going to be quick. They're going to drop the release date on us and they're going to move on with their lives and finish this game and put the utmost polish on this game, and it's going to look beautiful. It's going to play beautiful because Naughty Dog is not going to release that game until it is perfection. So I predict before the end of summer 2019, probably between June and September of 2019, this game is going to come out and I think it's going to be insanely beautiful. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you agree with these predictions? Don't send me no hate. Don't read me to filth. This is just my predictions. Is it right? Probably not. But I will be doing the countdown to E3. Please stay tuned to my channel. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed for all the gaming news. I will be bringing you Sony's PlayStation Conference from E3. Everything that I can record, I'm going to report back to you guys. Reaction videos, news, anything important that they announce, I will be on it. So do a girl a favor and like this video. Subscribe to my little channel. I'm trying to grow it. I really appreciate it so much. And if you can, please consider supporting me on Patreon. Every little bit helps. I really appreciate it. Everything that I earn from Patreon goes right back into the channel to buy these games that I'm playing for you guys, and I appreciate it so much. But if you cannot support me on Patreon, you can still support me by liking these videos, sharing these videos, subscribing, and retweeting me on Twitter and Instagram. I am at O.C.Deidre, O.C.Deidre, at Twitter and Instagram, and also on Patreon. So thanks so much for watching this prediction video. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back with more. Lighting. Why are you fucking with me?